Did you understand in count 2, you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams. That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. After reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding you guilty as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we would just ask that the court proceed with the deferred adjudication. My client is deeply remorseful of what she's done, her actions, Judge, and she would ask this court to follow the agreement that has been in place, Your Honor.
All right. How old are you?
I'm 21.
21.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any children?
I have a daughter.
How old?
She'll be 4 November 6th.
And where is she?
She's with my mother in Houston.
Is Child Protective Services involved?
No, ma'am, I have full custody, no CPS cases.
Well, did you give up your rights to your mom?
No, I did temporary guardianship. My daughter has.
I'm sorry, could you?
I said, I gave temporary guardianship. My daughter.
All right, everyone, please whisper.
My
Yes.
daughter has juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, so she gets the best medical care over in Houston. My mom works at the hospital, so.
How far did you go in school?
I went all the way into my junior year, and I did cosmetology school and completed all my hours.
Okay. So when's the last time you had employment?
I worked at Golden Chick. I would say it was March. It was March through April.
And what does your mom do at the hospital?
My mom is head coordinator of San Jack Methodist.
And do you have any other siblings?
Yes, I have a brother and a sister.
All right. And what does your brother and sister do?
My brother is a barber. He's in barber school. And my sister is going to be graduating high school in about a year and a half.
Okay. And who is this Michael Martin to you?
It's my ex-fiance.
What is that ex-fiance since this happened? Before you were arrested, how often were you doing meth?
I wasn't one.
Okay, I find that hard to believe. I don't think you're just doing marijuana. I think there's more to it. And let me just tell you why I say that. I say that because I've read the police report. So I think it's more than marijuana. And I'm going to tell you something right now. One, I'm inclined to go along with this deferred adjudication. If you tell me you don't have a meth problem, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send you out into the world. I'm going to make a notation that you said you didn't have a meth problem. And you know what's going to end up happening? If you go out into that world and you're going to be drug tested, and when you're drug tested, you test positive for meth, I'm not going to want to hear that, oh, I have a meth problem, because I'm asking you right now to be honest with me so I can set conditions so that perhaps you can get your life together. Perhaps you can be in your daughter's life, because right now, the only thing you're doing is hanging around with a fiance who has parole violations. Did you know he had a criminal past?
I did, ma'am.
And you still thought, let me get with this guy who has a criminal past. I have a 4-year-old daughter who has medical needs, but eventually, because this guy is my fiance, this is the guy who I think would be great to be in her life. A person who's only doing marijuana doesn't believe that. Someone who's doing meth and other things believes that, because you're just trying to get your next fix. And if Michael Martin has parole and has been to, which if he's on parole, that means that he's been to prison. And if you think somebody who's been to prison with the charges that they have in this police report that he's on parole for, if you think that's a good person to be in your daughter's life, that tells me you're doing more than marijuana. So this is the last time I'm going to ask you, and we can pretend like this is the first time I'm asking you, if that will help you be honest with the court. How often are you using meth?
I stopped using meth. I did that for my daughter because I was going to lose my family.
So when did you start using meth?
Started whenever I got with my fiance.
So why are you before the court pretending like you don't do meth and you've never done meth?
not pretending like I haven't done it. I just.
Now you're playing semantics with me, and I don't appreciate that because I clearly asked you how often you were using meth. I know you're not using meth today because you're in court, and the deputies would not have brought you over with the items to do meth in the box. I asked you how often were you using meth, and you said, I don't use meth. I haven't used meth. That's what you said. And you're playing games with me, and I don't appreciate that. I already knew you used meth because that's in the police report. Nobody is driving around with this much meth in the car unless you're using it or unless you're selling it. And obviously there was an issue with you because I don't know why people are driving around San Antonio smoking a blunt in the car and you think the police are not going to pull you over. All right. Is there anything else?
Nothing. Thank you.
This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication. All right. State, with regards to this case, there were weapons. One weapon, I think, is stolen. So is there any destruction of the weapon?
I believe those were the co-defendant. The co-defendant was charged with that, Judge, but look, I can confirm that.
All right. Thank you. So if those are your weapons, they're going to be destroyed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We can go off the record. What is this tattoo on your neck about?
Dollar sign.
Why do you have a dollar sign on your neck?
I do my own tattoos. Just practice.
But no, why would you put a dollar sign? It has to mean something.
Everybody likes money.
All right. And Vashawn, I forgot on her. We're going to need a MIC evaluation and also also a gang evaluation. What is up with the weapon on your tattooed on your arm?
Did it myself.
And the snake?
I didn't do this thing.
All right. What is that about?
My cousin passed away in a car accident that we were both in. Her last name was Rose, so I guess Rose.
All right. And what is the other name underneath your arm?
My daughter.
Okay. All right. Yes.
Judge, she did have a UCW handgun from the same incident date in County Court 9. She got a JSAT on that, but I can email those prosecutors to
Destroy the weapon.
Yes.
All right. Now, let me just tell you, your 4-year-old daughter, she can't go out into the world and make her own choices, right? That's why she's living with your mom. She doesn't have employment. She can't take care of herself. And usually children don't make great decisions, especially at that age, because they want what they want. If you give them candy, guess what? They want candy all the time, right? So your 4-year-old is depending on you to make good decisions, your mom to make good decisions, and you're not. I don't know what you were thinking that you would think it would be okay to bring a fiance in your daughter's life who's been to prison, obviously is not rehabilitated because you all are driving around smoking blunts in a car and he has a parole warrant. You need to either make a decision that you're going to be a good influence and a good parent to your 4-year-old or either 100% get out of her life. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Governor, I just want to confirm if she resides here in Bear County or.
Oh, she's going to be here in Bear County. She will not be in Houston. Okay. All right. Thank you. Are you the same Layla Ray Ann Tanton, who was placed on deferred adjudication for the offense of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 to 200 grams, on October 2nd, 2023, and cause number 2023 CR 3464? All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violating condition number 1, on or about the 11th day of March 2024 in Durham County, Texas. Defendant Layla Ray Ann Tanton committed the assault in violation condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. And the state is taking into consideration cause number 729646, which is the assault that she pled true to.
I'm sorry, 729 6.
729646.
All right.
And we're taking that into consideration, but continue her on her defers to deny the motion and alter and amend for conditions of DDRF followed by MIC supervision and wait for placement in jail or amend for anger management. That's the recommendations by probation also, John.
All right, is that the proposed?
That
hearing?
is, I would like to make the court aware of kind of the timeline of events that we're going for today. So Ms. Tanton was originally in custody since August of 23 until her plea in October of 23.
Mhm.
That was where the court ordered she be evaluated for felony drug court originally.
Mhm.
So she had the felony drug court evaluation, was not accepted into that because of the mental health issues that she had been diagnosed with prior to even being in this court. Then it was recommended or suggested that she do SATF, I think, or SAFE. And then because of the mental health issues was told, no, that's not the right choice. And then in January of this year, she was evaluated for DDRF. There, for some reason February of this year was evaluated for January. And then the results came in February of this year. But for some reason, the ball kind of got dropped where even though she got approved for DDRF in February, she never got on the wait list to go get a vet at DDRF. So this assault did happen while in custody at the Bear County Jail. She has not really been given an opportunity. So we are in agreement that she go to DDRF, but given the kind of delay, she's not in line technically right now for DDRF. We would ask that the court expedite her in getting a vet at DDRF, given how long she's been a guest at Bear County.
All right, this is what the court will do. Court will deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include the MIC evaluation and DDRF while in custody, anger management, and you to remain in custody until transfer. And then what I will do is, Norma, we're off the record. Can you give us a phantom date? And I have to do what's called a phantom date. Otherwise, if it shows that you have a court date in the system, what will end up happening, if they were going to take you, they won't because you have a court date. So we'll be back here in 60 days just to see where she is on the list.
Your Honor, right now, the current wait time is anywhere from 3 to 13 weeks for DDRF. I just want to make the court aware that although we'll bring her back for a status update, they don't necessarily give us where they are on the list any longer.
All
So
right,
we can still bring her back, but
We're going to bring you back. We're going to find out something.
Okay.
Or I may come up with something else if it appears that it's going to be too long.
I appreciate it.
Okay. I'm thinking. All right, Ms. Ferguson, 60 days.
And then the only other request, I don't know if we want to go back on the record, is I think in the original terms, she was going to reside in Medina, Texas. However, her mother, and it would be a better environment if she could move to Harris County, Baytown, Texas, upon completion of the DDR.
Well, let's
If I'm
approach
getting
that. No, yeah, let's approach that after we figure out this. What
Okay.
date, Ms. Ferguson?
June 17th.
All right, so we'll be back on June 17th. And if you check at the jail, it's not going to show up in the system,
Yes.
but we know that's the date and you'll be brought back. And this attorney will be here to make sure everything goes smoothly, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you have any questions about anything?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Your Honor.
Just have a seat and
All right, who's here